Alright everybody, let's get the review started. Now, keep in mind, this is the one of the only animes that I had to see on YouTube. I didn't see it on American television because it's never been released on American television. But anyway, let's get started. My first look at the series was on when I was just typing around through YouTube and I was just watching some animes off the Funimation channel. And some person just made a comment saying, "Oh, this is not as good as the Rosario Vampire, blah 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 blah." Whatever, skip that. So I just, out of curiosity's sake, I just checked it out. I was watching the first episode and I was like, just keep going. Second episode, I was like, it's okay. And I kept going and going and going. It was just a bunch of fan service. And it was a fan service, then fight, fan service, fight, fan service, fight. And I was like, what? How is this better than a series that has good plot, good action? Well, some of the fights are kind of neat. But anyway, how is this better? It's a harem anime. That's it. It's a bunch of chicks after one guy, like any harem anime. But whatever. I watched the whole thing up to season 2, and some of the things just looked ridiculous and didn't make any sense to me why it needed to be there. If it was only 2 seasons, the whole thing should have been plot, 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 plot. Not plot, 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 filler, 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 plot, plot, filler, plot. There was not much plot into the story. Oh. Then when I was told there was a manga based off of it, I had to check this out. I had to be like, what did they have to go with to adapt into the anime? So I picked up first edition. And I started skimming through the thing, and I was like, oh. Well, they effed up. I mean, they really screwed up. And just from a first reading's perspective, it was okay comparing to the first 2 episodes, where they introduced Kuramo and Mocha in the first 2 episodes, and then they introduced Yukuri in the 3rd one, and they already screwed up right there, because she didn't show up until the 2nd book. Because then they introduced Jin after that, and he introduced in the 1st one. They had already screwed up the order in which the episodes were to come in. So now I understand what happened. They messed up. The company that bought it decided to rearrange the episodes and completely change the story from what it really was. And that, my friends, is bullcrap. Okay? Just to take, and I just kept buying more. I did. I bought, and this is just a few of what I bought. I did buy 1 through season 2, edition 2. So that's already 12 books. And so I already read enough to realize they had screwed up. They ruined the series from what it could have been into a good anime. But whatever, man. I mean, Jesus Christ, what were they thinking to turn it into this? They didn't even mention parts like, they didn't mention, how, Skune would, become, like, part vampire or whatever, go ghoul. When injected with some of the blood, he would get some of the vampire power and just, whoop on the enemies. They mentioned that one time. The very end of the season, when he gets injected with Mocha's blood, and then he gets the power and grabs onto the guy, and Mocha takes him out. But that's not what happened. What really happened, for those of you who didn't read it, Skune did not grab the guy. He just goes ghoul and just kicks the guy and knocks it and takes him down and wins. And for pretty much the same reason, except it didn't go like he was burned on the cross like freaking Jesus. Or whatever. Not Jesus, but whatever. You know what I mean. He wasn't burned in front of public. He was burned by being attacked by that guy. It was stupid how they ruined the thing. Then they made a season 2 and ended season 2 when the season 2 for the friggin' manga is not even over. At least in the book edition that's in the US. I'm not even sure if the book edition's over there, but it still doesn't make any sense. I mean, I don't know, guys. I'm just rambling here, but the company that did buy this anime was in debt already. It was a very low budget place and it was in debt. So I guess what they were thinking is, oh, let's put lots of panty shots in here. We'll completely rearrange the story so it's just nothing but a big harem anime that's ruined. So the ratings will go up and we'll get a bunch of teenage boys interested in this show, and then we'll get lots of money and we'll clear this whole thing up. That's not what happened. No. In fact, now it's not coming to America because the company's in debt, which is fine by me. Better to have a ruined anime that's not coming to America and just have the manga come here. But what I think they should do is that it should be bought out by a real anime company. Like Funimation, Bandai, one of those companies. They should buy it, they should remake it the way it was freaking supposed to be made. From issue 1 to the end, the right way. Because they've done that to a lot of good things. They did it to Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is still going with Kai, and it's just the same thing as the manga, which is great. And they did it for so many others. I'm not going to name a lot of them. I'm not even going to name any more. But what I'm saying is they should buy it. Do it. Do it the right way for the fans. Don't F it up. Because you already did that. But of course we know that's not going to happen. Oh well. What could have been, it could have turned out decent. But instead it turned out as a failure and a load of fan service. At least there will always be the great mangas. Go read the mangas. Don't ever watch the anime. Unless you're some kind of pervert. This is one of my many anime, manga, movie, and video game reviews. There will be many more to come, and I hope you keep enjoying them. Goodbye.